It was past midnight in New York City. A yellow taxi slowed to the curb as an old woman waved weakly under a flickering streetlight. The driver, Michael, a 58-year-old widower with kind eyes, rolled down his window. "Where to, ma'am?" he asked gently. She smiled faintly. "To the hospice, please." He froze for a second. Most people didn't ask to go there at this hour. He looked back. She was frail, dressed in a faded blue coat, holding a small suitcase. As they started moving, she whispered, "Would you mind driving through downtown first?" Michael glanced at the meter. It was going to be a long ride, but something in her voice made him nod. Of course. They drove slowly through the sleeping city. She pointed out old buildings, a bakery, a dance hall, a park. "I used to work there," she said softly. "That's where I met my husband. He'd buy me a bagel every morning, even when we couldn't afford it." Her eyes shimmered. "He passed away 30 years ago, and I've never loved anyone since." Michael felt a lump in his throat. He quietly turned off the meter. For the next hour, they drove through her memories. Her first apartment, her church, the hospital where her daughter was born. Finally, as dawn painted the sky pink, they reached the hospice. Michael stepped out and helped her to the door. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. He smiled gently. "Nothing, ma'am. Tonight's ride is on me." She reached for his hand, her eyes wet. "You're a good man, son. You didn't just take me for a ride. You took me home one last time." He watched her walk inside, slow, fragile, but peaceful. A week later, Michael received a letter from the hospice. Inside was a note. "Dear Mr. Michael, Mrs. Donovan passed away quietly 3 nights after you brought her here. She spoke about you often, saying you reminded her of her husband. Kind, patient, and full of heart. Enclosed is a token of gratitude she asked us to give you." Inside the envelope was a check, enough to pay off his debts and reopen the small bakery he once dreamed of owning with his wife. Michael stood there, eyes filled with tears. He looked up toward the sky and whispered, "Thank you, Mrs. Donovan." That night, the Donovan Bakery opened its doors, with a sign by the window that read, "Baked with love," and a little bit of kindness. Because sometimes the people you help on their way home lead you back to where your heart belongs. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe, because kindness never dies. It only travels from one soul to another.